Well, good morning, First Methodist Chula Vista family. I'm coming to you on, it's Monday afternoon right now, but you're going to be watching this Tuesday morning, and just wanted to give you a greeting this morning. Welcome, the Lord be with you. And you can see that this last week, at the end of the week when we all went to shelter in place, the kids helped me set up some space in my living room. We rearranged the furniture a little bit so there's a little bit of space, and there's some things from the church that I hope as you're watching this, it might bring you a sense of being at church, being in a familiar place. And there's some of the pictures of you all on the wall behind me. I took them down. There's a men's retreat picture and a picture of the church and one of our kids choirs that's singing, and our adult choir and the Mexico mission trip, and memories of our time when we could be together, but now we're in a time where we can't be together physically, but hopefully we can continue to be the body of Christ in this place. And so I just wanted to give you an update about some things happening in the life of the church this week. One, many of you watch the worship services on Sunday, so thank you for joining us. I hope you found that to be meaningful and helpful. Send me an email. Let me know if there's things that we could do different or better, or how the sound and the video was for all of that. We're all in different places trying to do that work, and so it's interesting, but hopefully that was meaningful. Many of you watched it, and it was fun to see a number of people who are no longer with us here in Chula Vista. They've moved, life has taken them to different places, and they tuned in and watched it this week as well. And so it was fun to connect with some of those folks as they wrote in and said they were watching. So a couple of things this week. Every day, every morning, you'll get a daily digital content email, and that email will have some offerings for the day. And let me just remind you of what some of those are. Every day, Monday through Thursday at 8:30 a.m., there's a Zoom prayer group. You can get on through your computer, you can get on through a phone, and the instructions are there in that daily digital content. I invite you to share those instructions with people, especially those who can't get on through a computer, and so they don't get the daily digital content email, but they can call in to that prayer group. We're also starting one, so that's every morning, Monday through Thursday, 8:30. We're also doing one on Wednesday nights at 6 p.m., and Mike Shook is going to lead that one. And so every Wednesday at 6 p.m., you can call in and for a few minutes, check in with folks, be in prayer together about the concerns you have, our concerns, collective concerns for our church body and the world. So I invite you to take advantage of that. Also this week, you'll see more Bible studies. You'll see if you have any meetings. So for example, church council is tomorrow night. NLDC is next Monday. If you're on any of those administrative committees, we will continue to meet. We will just do so by Zoom. And so if you're a member of any of those committees, you'll get an email a day or two prior that'll give you the instructions. And if you're doing it through Zoom and on a computer, it's literally one click and you're into the meeting room. So I invite you to continue being a part of the church in that way. Also, the digital content you'll see this week, some more from children's ministries, some more offerings from youth ministries, some offerings from our music ministries, both traditional and modern. And so we're looking forward to those offerings and to keep one another connected in that way. Every day is a little bit different, but it seems to us that we're going to be doing church like this at least until mid-April, which probably means Easter Sunday as well. And we're grieving that, but also planning for that possibility right now. And as soon as these restrictions are lifted, we'll be back together in the sanctuary, in the fellowship hall. But until then, we'll be worshiping in this way and trying to put together some meaningful worship services for you all. I would encourage you to continue giving during this time if you're able. So if this shutdown hasn't affected your income in certain ways, we realize for some people it has. We would never ask you to give in those circumstances. But if it hasn't affected your income, if you're able to continue to give, we invite you to do so online or mailing it to the church. The church operations continue, which means the church expenses continue, and we want to keep our staff employed and active in giving you ministry each and every day. And so we invite you to continue giving. I gave a challenge to folks all last week and want to continue that challenge, and that is that each of us would call 2 people every day who fit within perhaps those vulnerable groups. They're elderly folks, or maybe they have some underlying illness, or maybe they're young families and their kids are now home and they're not able to work, and so life is very different from them. Call 2 of them every day and just spend 3-5 minutes on the phone, reaching out, seeing how they're doing, offering to pray for them and with them, and might we stay connected in that way. So imagine hundreds of people calling hundreds of other people every single day, the thousands of connections by the end of each week that we would have made. Probably more connections we would make than if we were just showing up for an hour of worship and a little bit of coffee fellowship time afterwards. So make those connections, stay connected to folks. And as I said, every day that that daily digital content email will come out. Share that email, forward it to people, share it on your social media. There's ways to do that, and we can just get more and more folks connected to what we are doing here at the church during this time. So happy Tuesday morning. Take care of yourselves, take care of others. Know that God is with us even through these challenging times. God bless.